Hello, everybody. Welcome to the last Friday in the month of September, September 26th of 2025. I'm Mike Smith, along with Aaron Glandon for Litter Media Live. How are you today, sir?
Good.
You're looking good.
Thanks.
Isn't he pretty? Is that something that guys should they be pretty or just handsome or good looking? What's the term that we should go by?
All those words mean different things to me.
Okay. I thought you were going to say all those are describe me. Usually pretty is saved for the ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're pretty. You're pretty boy. Now I have heard that, but that's usually not a compliment. That's usually, a slam in some way or another.
Right.
Not sure what that slam would be, but good to have you along with us. Dan is on assignment. He'll be back with us tonight at the Litter Media Radio Game of the Week, which we'll tell you more about coming up in just a little bit. Looks like a great weekend weather-wise. After some much-needed rain earlier in the week, we're looking for clearing and sunshine throughout the weekend. Now, it was foggy. I don't know if you looked out your window earlier this morning, but it was like we were in London town. In fact, there were a couple of area schools, one that was on a 2-hour delay, another started on a 2-hour delay, ended up closing for the day. So it was pretty soupy out there this morning. Look for highs in the mid to upper 70s and overnight lows down in the low 60s. A lot to talk about. We'll kind of also have a revisit of what we were doing yesterday morning, some comments from the governor, all of that ahead here on the Friday edition of Litter Media Live. Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your trusted comfort advisor for more than 4 decades, serving originally in the Scioto Valley, but they have expanded their borders. They're over in western Ohio all the way to the Ohio River. They're up in the Columbus area, east of that. Whether it's residential or commercial, they can take care of these needs. Heating, cooling, and plumbing. Give Accurate a call. And if you see this on our website stories or on our website anywhere, click on it and they'll take you right to their Facebook page.
At Tomlinson Insurance, we've been protecting families, farms, and businesses since 1853. From auto, home, farm, life, or health, we tailor coverage that fits your world with multiple carriers to meet your insurance needs. Real people, real service, local agents who can answer the phone and care when it matters most. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call or stop by today.
Introducing the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. We want to put your pet in the spotlight. Pets with paws to pets with fins. If they gallop, crawl, or slither, play fetch, or simply curl up and snuggle. Send us a photo of your pet and we'll announce a new pet each week. And one pet will be crowned Pet of the Year. To nominate your pet, visit littermedia.com. Click on Pet of the Week. Tell us about your pet and be sure to include a photo. Watch Litter Media Live each Thursday for the announcement of the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. No purchase necessary. Contest applications must be from Ohio residents and at least 18 years old.
Life. It can get on top of you quickly, can't it? But with 211, it only takes one step to get connected to the help you need. 211 is always available to help. So get in touch today.
Pain was interfering with Tiffany's active lifestyle. Same-day hip replacement at the Adina Orthopedic and Spine Institute got her back to the community she calls home. At Adina, we do what we love, so you can too.
The Pike County Career and Technology Center provides hands-on, skilled trades training with engaging curriculums and endless possibilities. From automotive technology, carpentry, business management, to culinary arts and interactive media. From electricity, welding, HVAC, engineering, and medical technology, to pre-nursing, basic food service, and public safety. We're preparing our youth for America's workforce through today's technology. To learn more about Pike County CTC, visit pikectc.org.
And again, like Dan said yesterday, we welcome that new sponsor, Pike County CTC. We appreciate them and all they do for the educational world down in Pike and surrounding counties. Make sure you start your day with us on our website at littermedia.com for all of the beneficial news that you can use. At the top of the news, we kind of want to go back and revisit again something that we were doing yesterday morning with that Centrus Energy announcement. We didn't have this part on yesterday, but we caught up with Governor Mike DeWine after the event. He spoke with Litter Media and some other news outlets about the significance of Centrus Energy's expansion project at the Piketon uranium enrichment plant.
Well, first of all, this is a huge announcement for the state of Ohio, what Centrus is doing in Pike County. It's really important, I think, also for our national defense. We need to make this product here in the United States. And, once you give them the soundbite on the national security, because to me, it's great news for Ohio, but it's also great news for the United States.
And again, as it was discussed yesterday, currently what's called the high assay enrichment of uranium, even though it's on almost on a limited basis, Centrus in Pike County is the only plant in the United States that's doing that. And a lot of the modern day nuclear reactors need that high assay enrichment. So this is a big deal, folks. And one of the holding out parts is, would the Department of Energy grant them about $1.5 billion as part of the construction? I think the fact that you had a United States senator, you had representatives of the DOE there yesterday, I think is a pretty safe bet that they're going to go along with this, especially with the great need that we have for more enrichment here in the United States and not buying it from Russia and China, which literally we're doing right now.
Yeah. Check out the hometown hero of the Cincinnati Reds game yesterday. This was featured at yesterday's game. Chillicothe World War II veteran, 99-year-old David W. Lee, and they showed him right there on the big screen.
Thanks to Dave Pinkerton for sharing that with us. And I guess they do that at all the home games. But Mr. Lee was one that they honored yesterday. We appreciated his service from many years ago. Patty Hanna of Coldwell Banker Realty Champions yesterday, a special edition guest on Litter Media Live. She told Dan Ramey about the 4th annual blanket drive, which begins today and runs through Friday, October the 17th. Blankets will be delivered to Ross County Community Action for their resource center on Eastern Avenue, just down the street from us, as well as other needs services by Ross CAC.
And you can find that full interview on our YouTube channel and listen to it on our Spotify. There's a lot of places you can drop off these blankets. So if you want to find a full list, a place that's convenient to you, check out that full interview. The skilled trades female students at Pickway Ross Career and Technology Center spent Wednesday at the She Dig event with the Ohio Operating Engineers Local 18 Apprentice Center. They heard from women working in the Heavy Equipment Operators Union about their career journeys and then got hands-on with backhoes, track hose, a crane, a telescoping forklift, and more. By the end, some of the students were running equipment like pros.
That's neat.
That is cool.
That's a good hands-on experience and gives them a hands-on example of what to expect if they want to continue that career track. By popular demand, the Holiday Pop Spectacular is returning, and you're invited to join in for an evening of festive music and holiday cheer. Presented by Adena Health, the City of Chillicothe, and the Chillicothe Ross Community Foundation. They are welcoming the Columbus Symphony Orchestra along with the Ross County Community Choir to Ohio University Chillicothe Shoemaker Center on Sunday, December the 14th at 4 p.m. You can enjoy enchanting melodies, joyful classics, and holiday favorites that are sure to put you in the spirit of Christmas.
The Highland County Senior Citizen Center are going to host their Senior Expo on October the 7th. Activities get underway at 10 a.m. with bingos starting at 2 p.m. Over 60 businesses will be in attendance, which is open to adults in the community. Are you going to check this out, Mike?
I was just getting ready to ask you if you've ever played bingo before.
I have played. Well, we played bingo in like elementary school. But you're probably eligible for this. You're a senior citizen yourself.
Actually, they're saying it's open to any adult.
Ah.
So even you could go. Now, I haven't played bingo in a long time, so I probably need you to come along with me to help me.
All right.
You can yell bingo if I ever get that opportunity. Fall is here, and bright, vibrant hues of red, orange, and yellow are already sweeping across tree canopies around the Buckeye State. Ohio Department of Natural Resources provides weekly updates each year on the best locations to enjoy unique activities and beautiful shades of autumn. Isn't that a pretty picture? I think Dan got that with the Litter Media drone a couple of years back. Those interested in finding the most eye-catching leaves throughout the season can check out ODNR's Fall Color website, which is the official guide to the changing colors. And again, that changes each week. So we have this story up on our website, littermedia.com, and that link to their site is inside there. But save that if you want to keep up to date, because like I said, they update that each week.
Yeah. The Ohio Department of Education and Workforce has announced that Ohio has been awarded nearly $105 million in federal grants from the U.S. Department of Education. Ohio received $55.5 million through the 2025 Charter Schools Program Grant. This funding is going to support the growth of high-performing community schools across the state over the next 5 years. It will be used to replicate successful school models and expand existing schools that have demonstrated strong academic outcomes.
Our road report takes us to Pickaway County. Now, this hasn't started yet, but we want you to get this on your calendar. A sanitary sewer project will temporarily close a section of Bullen Pierce Road in Pickaway County for 10 days. This begins October the 10th and runs through the 20th. The closure will affect the stretch between Duval Court West and Shepherd Road as crews work to complete necessary infrastructure improvements. Now, drivers are advised to seek alternate routes during that 10-day period that starts October the 10th. A lot to talk about from last night, as well as what's coming up this weekend in sports. A big win for the Reds yesterday, and a big win in high school volleyball for the Chillicothe Cavaliers. All that ahead on Sports for Litter Media Live.
First, we want to tell you about the Skag clearance sale, which is going on right now. The prices are so low down there, you're going to think they've lost their minds. You can choose from a wide selection of Skag mowing equipment, but you better hurry, because once clearance inventory is gone, it's gone, and the low prices with them. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. Do yourself a favor and call Hometown Motors Incorporated at 740-773-8826 for more information. Hometown Motors, your store for the great outdoors.
The Bean Foundation wants to raise awareness about suicide prevention by sharing 988. Trained crisis counselors are available to talk 24/7, 365 days a year. 988. Save the number. Save a life. To learn more about the Bean Foundation, click on this ad on littermedia.com.
Discover Ross County. From the breathtaking outdoor adventures to the historic sights of Chillicothe and family-friendly events and festivals. Explore more at visitchillicotheohio.com or download the free mobile app today.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
Each week, we'll announce the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Litter Media Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union. And in December, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Nominate any amateur athlete by visiting littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. You'll also see the players we've named throughout the year. Make your nomination today for the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Litter Media Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union.
And we'll tell you who this week's Litter Media Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union, is later in this segment of the program.
Where we're going tonight, Aaron?
We're going to Southeastern for
date
SVC
night for me and Aaron.
Action. No, it's not. It's date night for Mike Smith and BJ Daly, who will have the call. You're funny. You're a funny guy. If you don't know where to listen to Litter Media Radio, you can go to littermedia.com. And there's a player right there on our website. Coverage will begin at 6:50 tonight. Or you can just scan that QR code and have it ready. And
it's my understanding it's homecoming night at Southeastern tonight. So there'll be some festivities.
Oh, that's why you said that.
Yeah. Now, we won't be broadcasting all of that, but we'll try to make sure we get the name of the Queen and King to pass that along to you. Taking a look at the Haynes Total Healthcare Center high school scoreboard actually, there was a football game last night. Oak Hill beat Waverly 13-12. It's Oak Hill's first football win over Waverly since 2003. 22 years.
Wow.
The Oaks have been waiting to beat the Tigers, and they did by 1 point last night. Big win in volleyball last night for the Chillicothe Cavaliers. They snapped Miami Trace's 41-match FAC win streak. It went 5 sets, and in winning that match, Chillicothe and Miami Trace are tied for first place at 7-1 in the conference. Both teams have 2 league matches to go. In the SVC, Adena stays undefeated with a sweep of Westfall. They're 10-0 in the conference now, 17-0 overall. Unioto, Huntington, Zane, Trace were all winners. Back to the FAC, Hillsborough beat Washington and Jackson over McLean. This was a wild one. In the MSL, Buckeye, Circleville avenged an earlier season loss to rival Logan Elm. This time, Circleville wins it 3-1. Bloom Carroll beat Liberty Union. So with Logan Elm's loss, Bloom Carroll, who lost to Circleville earlier in the week, Bloom is 1 match ahead of both Circleville and Logan Elm. Bloom has Logan Elm yet to play. So if Logan Elm could win that, it's possible that you could have a 3-way tie for first place. SOC winners last night, Waverly, Wheelersburg, South Webster, and Eastern. We're still looking for a Western score. And also in boys soccer, Jackson wrapped up the FAC Boys Championship with a 9-1 win over McLean. Miami Trace beat Chillicothe, Bloom Carroll over Logan Elm. There were 2 ties last night, Westfall, Fairfield, and Lancaster, Hartley. In girls soccer, Miami Trace blanked Chillicothe 5-0. Another tie, McLean Jackson 1-1. Athens, Minford 1-1. Waverly beat Northwest, Unioto over Fairfield, Westfall beat New Lex, Valley over North Adams, and in girls tennis, Western Brown beat Hillsborough 5-0, and Bloom Carroll over Lancaster by a score of 4-1.
You take this next story because I can't pronounce this guy's name.
Okay. Well, if you were watching this yesterday, the Cincinnati Reds beat the Pirates. Great pitching effort by Lodolo, but he had to leave due to a groin pull in the 7th inning. But this on the next slide, I think if you got both of them.
That is the only one I saw.
Oh, there was another slide that I sent you where Novella Marte is jumping above the fence. This was the second out in the bottom of the 9th inning. He literally robbed a home run from the Pirates hitter where his glove not only was above the fence, but he had to reach back as he went up over the fence. And that was out number 2. They recorded a fly out to right, again to Marte, only not as dramatic, to end the game. So the Reds stay in the hunt for a wild card spot. Only problem last night was that the Mets also won. They beat the Cubs 8-5, so they stay a game ahead of Cincinnati. So the Red, there he is,
there you go.
On the left. Now see where he is? He's not only above the fence, but you can't tell from that angle, but his glove, he's reaching back over the fence to make that catch, because it literally would have been a home run to tie the game if he hadn't made that catch. Now, the Reds open the final regular season series in Milwaukee. They played the Brewers for 3. They've had terrible fortune with the Brewers over the years. The Mets open their final series against the Marlins. And the Marlins, I don't know what their record is, but Cincinnati's got the tougher road to go. So we'll see how that flushes out.
In other baseball news, the Guardians fell to the Tigers 4-2, but they're still doing all right.
They're tied record-wise, but I believe they have the tiebreaker over the Tigers. So it's almost like they got a game lead, even though the record shows the same. Tomorrow, this is a biggie. Ohio State travels to Washington. We were talking earlier about win streaks in volleyball. I don't think Washington has lost at home in 20-some games. It's like the second largest or longest college football win streak, active win streak in the nation. OSU at Washington, Big Ten clash tomorrow. That's 3:30 kickoff our time. It'd be 12:30 Seattle time. And it is the Big Ten opener for both clubs and Ohio State's first trip to Husky Stadium since 2007.
The Ohio Bobcats are going to play Bowling Green tomorrow at home to start MAC play, and that is a noon kickoff.
All right. And you will be there for that one.
I will be.
All right. Now it's time for the Neil Coleman Insurance Services Wyandotte Mutual Player of the Week presented by Homeland Credit Union. This week's winner is Adena cross-country runner Vanessa Conley. So far this year, Vanessa has not lost a race, and one of her big wins was just last weekend in the Patty Forgey Invite at the University of Rio Grande. There were like 30-some boys teams running. There were more than 20 girls teams, but they were from Ohio, West Virginia, and Kentucky. And she won, and she's not lost yet in an individual race this year. So congratulations to Vanessa. And Johnny, tell them how they can nominate a player for next week.
You can email us at littermedia@gmail.com. Make sure you send some stats for your player. They have to be an amateur athlete. That's the only criteria. So send us a photo if you have one that we can use. Send us permission, some stats, and what else should they send along with that? To littermedia@gmail.com.
Just make sure the photo you send, we have clearance to we have to credit whoever took the photo.
Yeah.
So, speaking of which, just so you know, even though college athletes get NIL money, they're still considered amateur athletes. So,
right.
There you go. We're going to stick with a sports theme when we come back for this date in history in 1971, all ahead on Litter Media Live.
First, though, we want to tell you about Litter Quality Propane. There's no bill when there's a fill. Contact Litter Quality Propane today about our metered gas service at litterpropane.com.
I was looking for a first job. I had been babysitting and decided it was something for a little more permanent. It pays very well. It's convenient. You can make your own schedule with the flexibility. That's something that I like. The people that I work with are great. I wouldn't ask for a better crew or management team to work for.
Each weekend this October, Sugarloaf Mountain Amphitheater transforms into Haunted Mountain. Try to find your way out of the escape room. Traverse the spine-chilling scares along our haunted trail. And each night at 7:15, the Mothman Experience begins on the main stage with It Flies by Night. Or bring a lawn chair and enjoy a free showing of our scary movie series on our giant projection screen in the parking lot. See our movie schedule and secure your spot for the Mothman Experience at hauntedmountain.org through Halloween night.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch just to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing, download the Kingston National Bank Mobility app today.
Dixie Chopper. Speed when you need it.
Visit your local Dixie Chopper dealer today or visit dixiechopper.com.
Actually, we could tell that story on the air. We were talking about scary movies and your scare threshold. We're talking about Haunted Mountain coming up. And talking about movies, I remember that my brother and I and my cousins, I think this was 1976, I think, when the original Omen with Gregory Peck came out. We went to...
was Jim Carter with you?
He was there. And so is his brother, John.
Okay.
We went to a theater in Columbus to see it. And the scene where they're in the graveyard looking for the mother of Damien, the real mother.
I've never seen it.
Oh, okay. It's pretty intense. my cousin John, he was so scared he got up and left the theater. Because after the movie, he was out in the lobby, and I, what are you doing out here? And he said, I couldn't stand that scene in the cemetery. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm not a big blood and gore guy. If it's real stupid, now Psycho, I could handle that.
Psycho's good.
Black and white.
I like scary movies. And when there's blood and gore, so if it's good, I appreciate the effects. Mm-hmm. It's not that it really gets me. Sometimes it makes me queasy, but not really. But sometimes the effects are really.
I guess some of the not Michael Myers, but although that could be. What was the other, the character kind of like Michael Myers with a hockey mask? Jason.
Those movies stink.
Those were so bad. It was just like, okay, it's 5 minutes. We got to hack somebody else up. I can't.
The Michael Myers movies are pretty decent.
Yeah,
I got
to have a plot line that goes with
Friday the 13th. But those movies are good.
They're bad. All right, as we said, this date in history, we're sticking with sports. 1971. This feat has happened only twice in what's known as the modern era of Major League Baseball, and it probably will never happen again. Simply because they don't let pitchers pitch beyond 6 innings, and a lot of times you don't get the victory. It's somebody in the bullpen. But on this date in 1971, Baltimore Orioles pitcher Jim Palmer won his 20th game of the season. He was the 4th Orioles pitcher on that staff that year to win 20 games. 4 20-game winners. That was the first time that had occurred since 1920's Chicago White Sox had 4 pitchers with 20 or more victories.
And the 1920 Chicago White Sox, that was a good team.
Well, and here's another thing. This was the year after the Black Sox scandal. So I think at least 1, if not 2, of the pitchers that were some of their best pitchers were banned and couldn't play, but they still had 4 guys in 1920 that won 20 games.
Shoeless Joe, was he banned?
Yes. Yeah. There were eight players, and but one of them was a starting pitcher, at least one, maybe 2, I can't remember. But, Baltimore Orioles, last time it happened, 1971. That's going to cover it for us today. Don't forget to join us on Litter Media Radio. Should be a nice weather night for watching football, so enjoy it. And if you can't make it to the Southeastern Huntington ball game tonight, tune us in. 6:50 airtime on Litter Media Radio. Until that time, for Dan Ramey and Aaron Glandon, this is Mike Smith saying have a great weekend from all of us at Litter Media Live.